Google has officially rolled out Gemini 3.1 Pro, setting new benchmark records for AI performance. Does this rapid iteration cement Google's lead, or risk alienating enterprise users with instability? And new studies confirm that malicious deepfake generation is now taking place on a massive industrial scale. Is the battle for digital truth already lost, automated, open-source deepfake generation tools? And Defense Secretary Hegseth has summoned Anthropic CEO for tough talks regarding military AI use. Should foundational AI models be strictly separated from military applications to prevent escalation? Plus, Gemini 3.1, UNICEF deepfakes, Grok backlash, and more topics in today's AI in the AM. Let's rock! Google has aggressively expanded its AI offerings with the release of Gemini 3.1 Pro and Lyria 3. The new Gemini model is now available across the Gemini CLI, Enterprise Editions, and Vertex AI, bringing state-of-the-art multimodal capabilities to a wider developer base. Early tests show Gemini 3.1 Pro breaking previous benchmark records, signaling a major leap in reasoning and efficiency. Universities and enterprise partners are already adopting the framework to enhance research and automation. However, the blistering pace of updates raises questions about how quickly organizations can safely integrate these powerful but rapidly shifting foundational models into production. A chilling new investigation reveals that the production of malicious deepfake media has transitioned from isolated incidents to an industrial-scale operation. Automated, open-source AI tools are being utilized by coordinated groups to generate thousands of highly convincing synthetic videos and audio clips daily. This industrialized creation pipeline is primarily deployed for financial fraud, political manipulation, and targeted harassment. The sheer volume of generated content is completely overwhelming traditional moderation systems, leading experts to conclude that reactive detection is no longer a viable strategy, necessitating a fundamental redesign of how digital authenticity is cryptographically verified online. Tensions between the U.S. military and leading AI labs have escalated as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth summoned Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei for difficult discussions. The Pentagon is increasingly concerned about supply chain risks and the restrictive guardrails placed on Claude AI, which military officials argue hinder defense applications. Anthropic, known for its focus on AI safety and constitutional AI, faces immense pressure to align its enterprise offerings with national security objectives. The confrontation highlights a critical philosophical divide between Silicon Valley's safety-first AI development and the immediate operational demands of the Department of Defense in an era of global instability. With the 2026 U.S. midterm elections approaching, tech giants are scrambling to fortify their platforms against artificial intelligence-driven misinformation. Meta has pledged a massive $65 million investment specifically targeted at deploying AI tools to monitor and moderate election content. Political figures, including Bernie Sanders, have raised alarm over an impending AI tsunami that could manipulate voter behavior through hyper-realistic deepfakes and automated propaganda. Despite Meta's financial commitment, critics argue that internal AI safeguards are insufficient and that leaving democratic integrity in the hands of private tech monopolies presents an unacceptable risk to the electoral process. The release of Anthropic's new Claude code security tool sent unexpected shockwaves through the financial sector, contributing to a sudden flash crash in software stocks. The sophisticated security agent demonstrated unprecedented autonomous capabilities in identifying and neutralizing software vulnerabilities, which inadvertently sparked panic selling among investors fearing massive disruption to traditional cybersecurity firms. This incident highlights the volatile intersection of advanced AI deployment and market stability, raising urgent questions about how algorithmic trading systems interpret disruptive technological breakthroughs and whether safeguards are needed when introducing hyper-capable AI tools. Investment firm Bridgewater has released a staggering forecast, projecting that major technology companies will pour approximately $650 billion into artificial intelligence development and infrastructure throughout 2026. This monumental capital expenditure highlights the high-stakes arms race among tech giants to secure dominance in the generative AI market. The funds are primarily directed toward expanding data centers, procuring advanced semiconductors, and training next-generation foundational models. While proponents argue this spending is necessary to unlock AI's economic potential, skeptics warn that the return on investment remains unproven, sparking fears of a catastrophic financial bubble. The highly anticipated International AI Safety Report 2026 has been officially released, offering a comprehensive examination of rapid artificial intelligence advancements and their associated global risks. The document serves as a critical warning to international governments, highlighting the urgent need for unified safeguards against autonomous weaponization, severe economic disruption, and advanced cyber threats. The report emphasizes that localized regulations are insufficient, calling for a coordinated, transnational framework to monitor foundational model capabilities. However, the feasibility of such global cooperation remains questionable amidst escalating geopolitical competition and the private sector's reluctance to share proprietary data. Despite broader economic uncertainties, venture capital continues to flow relentlessly into the artificial intelligence sector. In just the first 2 months of 2026, 17 different U.S.-based AI startups have successfully closed funding rounds exceeding $100 million, with 3 crossing the billion-dollar threshold. This massive influx of capital underscores investor confidence in the long-term profitability of enterprise AI, spatial intelligence, and specialized hardware solutions. The funding boom is cementing the United States' position as the undisputed epicenter of AI innovation, though it heavily favors established founders and aggressively accelerates the commercialization timeline. The United Nations has ramped up its focus on artificial intelligence, publishing several stories detailing the technology's profound global implications. Recent UN briefings highlight the dual-edged nature of AI, acknowledging its potential to solve complex humanitarian crises while simultaneously warning of severe risks, including digital divides and labor displacement in developing nations. The organization is actively pushing for an inclusive dialogue that brings the Global South into the regulatory conversation, aiming to ensure that the deployment of advanced AI technologies does not solely benefit wealthy Western nations, but contributes to equitable global development. Financial markets experienced a sudden shock as highly capable AI agents inadvertently triggered a massive sell-off in the software sector, highlighting the fragility of the current economic ecosystem. This seat count crisis occurs as enterprise clients drastically reduce software subscriptions, realizing that AI agents can perform tasks previously requiring dozens of human employees using multiple SaaS tools. Tech commentators are warning that the unchecked deployment of these autonomous agents could systematically destroy entire segments of the digital economy, leading to rapid deflation in software valuations, and forcing a chaotic restructuring of how corporate technology is budgeted and utilized. Elon Musk is pushing his artificial intelligence venture, xAI, toward a highly anticipated initial public offering. Business insiders note that 2026 is shaping up to be a defining year for the company, driven by the controversial but rapid adoption of its Grok chatbot. Musk's aggressive and unconventional leadership style remains a focal point, as he deeply intertwines xAI's operations with his broader empire, including SpaceX and X. Despite ongoing regulatory backlash regarding platform moderation, the impending IPO is expected to draw massive investor interest, eager to capitalize on Musk's disruptive track record. A significant diplomatic fracture occurred during the latest International Technology Summit, as dozens of countries opted out of a comprehensive global AI safety pledge. The nations that abstained cited concerns that committing to strict safety guardrails and transparency requirements would severely handicap their domestic tech industries and compromise national sovereignty. This widespread refusal highlights the fundamental flaw in global AI governance. Countries are unwilling to risk falling behind in a transformative technological arms race for the sake of abstract global safety, virtually guaranteeing a fragmented and highly competitive international regulatory landscape. Artificial intelligence is making significant strides in improving day-to-day well-being, both in professional environments and personal relationships. Workers across various fields, from remote employees to local engineers, are utilizing smart assistants to automate mundane tasks, streamline complex processes, and effectively reduce burnout. Beyond simple productivity gains, AI is being uniquely applied to foster better human connection. Innovative uses include employing large language models to translate strictly logical thoughts into empathetic, emotionally resonant language, helping individuals communicate more effectively during highly charged situations. That about wraps it up for today's edition of II in the AM. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon to stay in the loop. See you next time.